I, of course, do not think this will be a good year, 2022, for stocks. So it'll be a good year for people like you that get out of the way of stocks. And think about this, almost all risk assets. Real estate, corporate bonds, anything that goes up in good times is likely to go down. And of course, who's the epitome of this today? Who's like been the most popular lady of the last year? Cathie Woods at ARKK, ARK Fund. Stellar returns until February of this year. She's just not buying the tech stocks, the leading ones, as we all know. She's buying the up and coming ones, the more aggressive ones. Well, something I know that she doesn't in this case, at the late stages of a bubble or boom like this, it keeps gravitating. The dumb money is piling in and they buy the large cap leaders. And these stocks she's been picking just get overlooked, even though they do have potential. So I'm sorry for Cathie Wood. She's a great stock picker, but she doesn't understand the macro environment. She's seeing this as another correction. She's going to do the same thing, hold on to or buy more of the stocks she's had. These stocks are not coming back. And she is down. Now, I had to look this up. It was surprising to me. 46% into mid-December at the worst, and still down near that now. She's not coming back, folks. So the ARK Fund is not my recommendation. When we get in the next bull market, which will be years from now, yeah, probably no better than her. But I do feel for Cathie Woods, great stock picker, bad timing now. So we've seen this succession of tops that continues to be the theme here. All the way back to the corporate bond market, which usually peaks like a year and a half in advance. Well, right back to last June in 2020. And of course, we've seen this year, the ARK Fund peaked in February. That's a great early indicator. The Russell 2000 in early November, November 8th. The NASDAQ on November 22nd peak. And now we've just seen a peak yesterday on the morning of the 30th of the S&P 500. And I've been telling my subscribers, this is probably the final peak. It hit 809, I think it was, yesterday morning. That's probably it. It's been down. I think that we're going to open up January weak. Now, this is also, I'm biased on this, obviously. I do expect 2022 to be the worst year, top to bottom in stocks, the biggest overall fall in stocks of any year in history since the 1700s, okay, including 1930 and 31. In 2008, the worst we've seen in recent decades and that sort of thing. Why? Simply because we've had three big danger zones in the last few decades, which I called all in that, 1980 into 82, that was the bottom of the demographic downturn after the baby boom, and the decennial cycle, first 3 years of every decade, okay? That hit. That was a terrible period, as should be, and the low lows that we haven't seen for a long time, so we'll not see probably since. And then, of course, 2007, which I telegraphed decades in advance, the peak of the baby boom, gigantic spending wave, and you'd expect 2 to 3 years down after that into 2010. Well, that went into early 2009 before the central banks blew us out of that. So they cut off that downturn early. Well, now this final downturn in the winter season should have been late 2019, early 2020, into late next year, 2022, and then the economy continues bad in 2023. Well, I think now we're going to get 2022 in spades. We're going to get double the crash in 2022, and then a hangover into 2023, maybe the end of 2023, and the economy doesn't come out till 2024 sometimes. So that's what I'm looking at. So this is a excellent time to get out. I gave the first sell signal for subscribers on December 8th. We've been very near that, and now I'm giving the final one yesterday and today. Last chance, because I would not be surprised to see the first week of January down, particularly the 3rd and 4th. The 3rd and 4th is the last of the Santa Claus rally season, which is, some people say it's a few days before Christmas, but more formally the 27th, just after Christmas, through the first 2 days of the new year. Well, the Santa Claus rally has been up, but I'm expecting it to fail in those last few days. But most important, the first few days and the first week of January usually is a very good indicator of how the year's going to be. So I'm hoping the markets are down because I am damn near certain 2022 is going to be a down year, but this will be another confirmation of it. So I say now's the time to sell stocks you've been holding out on or other risk assets, and this will be a really good time to look for updates from me. I'm going to be talking to my subscribers more, obviously, in the next couple of weeks, because this is going to be a critical transition if we are topping here, and I think high chances we are. So stay tuned.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information, and it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Markus Dahn, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Markus Dahn.